Hey guys, just hopping on to let you know I feel like there's some really, like thick, dense energies flowing through right now. And it seems like these energies might be kind of bringing up all kinds of challenges for us. I know that's kind of the theme of my day. It's just like unexpected challenges kind of out of nowhere. Um, and that can be in the physical, that can be within, it can be energetically, it can be in relationship, it can be in with your work. But I'm just noticing how these energies right now are just really intense, and they can kind of feel hellish, almost like at times you're being drugged down into maybe lower vibrations. And I think it's really important. I think the main reason I wanted to get on today was to say, don't get down on yourself right now. It's like it's like we think we have more control over things than we actually do. It's like we can't control the world with our thoughts as much as we might like to, right? And so it's not that you're doing anything wrong that this is happening, that you're going through a difficult time and you're being really challenged right now. And some of you might be having a great day, and that's amazing. I'm speaking to those of you who are going through it, like really in the density, in the thick of it. A lot of times that's what the mind will paint a story or create a narrative when life brings something really difficult our way, that we're struggling with, and that's a lot for us. The mind will create some narrative of, I shouldn't have done that, or if only I was this and not that. You know what I mean? The mind will try to convince you that you're responsible for why things are difficult right now, or that if only you were X, Y, and Z, then things wouldn't be as difficult. Okay, so I feel like the main thing that wants to be said, that the light just really made me get in front of the camera to say, is like, this isn't your fault. This isn't some punishment. And it's actually during these times that are really tough, that we're being really challenged, that can actually help us the most to disidentify from our mind, to disidentify from the character that we were so entangled with and that we thought we were, the character who, was like trying to control life and manage life and felt like it had the steering wheel of life, and it was driving the car. And one of my favorite spiritual teachers, Simply Wide Awake, I love how he puts it, like, you're not in the driver's seat, you're in the trunk. And it's like, we're just in the trunk. And from the deepest perspective, sometimes I don't share this because I don't want it to be a way to like bypass our humanity and just kind of numb out into nihilism. But from the deepest perspective, we're just on a ride here, folks. Like, we're all on our own unique soul ride that our higher self has orchestrated only for our highest growth and evolution. That's like the main reason we're here, taking the ride we're taking. The ego mind wants to take a ride that just feels good. It wants the heaven ride. A lot of us probably remember what heaven's like, and we want the heaven ride. And unfortunately for that aspect of ourself, we're on Earth. And so Earth is an evolutionary realm that's designed to challenge us. Chills, so many chills. Earth is duality. Earth is dense. It's, you know what I mean? It's gross in the term of like gross, like physical form. So, this ride we're on is actually designed to challenge us, because it's when we're challenged that we build resiliency. It's when we're confronted with obstacles that we just can't egoically solve or move out of the way or go around, that we surrender that layer of our egoic self. Because if there's a kind of an immovable obstacle and we're still identified with that ego that can't solve it, we're going to suffer a lot, right? But if we surrender the ego, we start to make peace with what is. And there's an aspect of you that's always here and available to you that is at peace with what is. Even if it's some unexpected challenge that just kind of blindsided you, that just spontaneously came out of nowhere. I feel like that's what these energies are so tricky lately. It's just like, no matter where you try to steer your ship, as if we're steering, but no matter where we make believe try to steer our ships, right? It's like iceberg, steer it this way. It's like some other thing happens. Life, so many chills saying this, it's like life is designed right now to like almost not work out. How many of for y'all is like, no matter which way you go, it's just like not working out the way your ego mind wants. And it's almost as if life is set up that way right now. Because like I said, it's trying to help us kind of see through the dream. It's trying to help us disentangle from being identified with the smaller self, or it's trying to help us disidentify with the mind. And it's helping to cultivate, like I said, resilience, strength, power. It's training. Like, we're light workers in training, right? We're starseeds. We're in training. That's what we're here for. And so as fast as energy is moving right now, as fast as evolution is going on Earth, it makes sense that we're all being super challenged, because it's in the challenges, it's in the darkness, it's in the difficulty, it's in the, holy shit, the unknown, this unknown thing came up that just seems impossible. It's in those places that we take the biggest leaps in consciousness. It's in those places where we have the greatest opportunity. It's like truly adversity, especially unexpected adversity that's overwhelming, tends to be the greatest opportunities for us to start to discover and learn who we really are on a deeper level. Usually when things are just flowing along, that's not the time we go into deep inquiry. That's not the time where we're forced to disidentify from thoughts and our egoic structure, because the ego's happy, everything's going well, right? It's when we hit that fucking iceberg and shit, and everything goes into chaos and everyone's screaming on the ship, metaphorically speaking. That is like in those nitty gritty moments, that's when we do the deep introspection. That's when we have to take inventory and notice, wow, I'm really hooked into the narratives going on in my mind. Wow, I'm really feeding a lot of energy into the separate self. Do I want to keep doing this? Because it's just causing me more suffering. And that's the thing, when things are really hard, it forces us to pull our focus and our attention back from the separate self, back from the ego mind, and place it in what's real, which is our true nature, which is consciousness that's prior to thought, which is the consciousness that can observe thoughts. It's like, let's turn awareness around on itself and rest it there. And when things are really hard, it's like we're forced to do that out of necessity. So these times are necessitating. Is that a word? Sure. You guys know what I mean. It's these times are bringing about a shift in our consciousness from duality to non-duality, from I only want to feel pleasure and I want to avoid pain, to unconditional love, which falls in love with pain, which doesn't push away anything, which doesn't resist anything. And that's what we all are. We all are love at our essence. And so sometimes things have to get really hard for us to shift into like higher paradigms. It's like that's the training. And then on the other side of the training, we'll notice, oh, we're more spacious. Yeah, because we've let go of a lot of programming, a lot of the identification we had with the separate self, a lot of the parts of us that were still rooted in chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. Like those paradigms are just being removed and dissolved so that we can be this being that's just pure presence. Yeah, there's also a human here, but we're identified with ourselves as what we really are, which is presence, which is love. We're still honoring the human. We're just not identified with being the mind or being the body. We care for them, but they're not it's like the mind's not the boss. We don't have to be servile to it. And so anytime we're going through something difficult, it's just helping us to surrender into our true nature in a more full way. So no matter what it is that's coming your way right now, even if it's just purely energetic turbulence and difficulty, first of all, this too shall pass, but this is here to serve you, and this is your teaching right now. Because like I said, we're on a ride to evolve and grow and mature. We're on a ride that's going to help us expand our consciousness. Above all, we're on a ride to to really face ourselves. And I think that's one of the biggest kind of perspectives we can adopt for ourselves that will help us in this earth realm, is to realize this is an evolutionary realm at the end of the day. This is duality. There's the full spectrum of energies happening here, right? There's dark, there's light. It's kind of a crazy world, a chaotic world. So this way we don't have false expectations. And when we're on this kind of ride, when we're in this kind of reality, it does help to let go of chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. It actually makes the ride more palatable and a bit more enjoyable when you realize, like, oh, of course I'm getting fucking bombarded with challenges. I'm on Earth. I'm an Earthling right now. I'm playing the game of being an Earthling. And when you're an Earthling, things tend to be pretty hard because you're on Earth. and things are always evolving and changing, and they're unpredictable, and there's the unknown. And that's hard for the human body and mind. But our souls yearn for this experience because they wanted to grow. They wanted to learn. They just wanted experience. The experience is so rich for the soul, whether you're in darkness or light. It's all equally valuable and perfect from your soul's perspective. So no matter what you're going through, it's serving you. It's something your soul orchestrated for you to continue to grow. It's something your higher self signed off on, because it's like your higher self knows what you need more than your own mind knows what you need, of course. So we're all getting what we need right now to take the next leap in consciousness, because things are moving so fast on Earth. Consciousness is rising so fast. And so it's going to bring up all the stuff, and it's going to find every way to do it. It's going to find right where you resist. It's like, I could handle anything but this. And it's like, yep, that's why you got this, because this is the one thing that you were trying to avoid, right? So I guess that's what wanted to come through. Sending you all so much love. Thanks for the support, the donations, the sessions, for joining the Patreon. It all really helps. May peace be with you all. Namaste.